Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the PS3 Collection Challenge. This is episode 3 and this is probably going to be quite a big episode, especially in terms of pickups. Now I am going for a full PAL UK PS3 set. Now I think, according to my spreadsheet, it's not definitive, but in my opinion I've gone through what I think from many forums and groups online is a definitive European set. And I've removed all of the European exclusives and I've left what is just the UK PAL list. And according to my spreadsheet, I have around about 1,104 games. So there's about 150 when I started the challenge that I needed. I've ticked off about 20 odd so far, and we're around the 130 mark as of going through this pile of games, and there's quite a lot of games here that I need for the collection. So I'm hoping by the end of this we should have around about 100 games left, which hopefully will tie us up nicely for future episodes, and I can go and hunt those last 100 games. Maybe I can make a chart or a checklist or something, make it a bit more interactive. At the moment it's just a bit chaos, and I haven't really got any definitive numbers or figures at the moment, but in future when we get to maybe like 100 left, I'll print out like a list and we can tick them off as we go. So I went to a video game convention possibly about a month ago now, and I should have recorded this sooner, but you know, things have got in the way and it's taken a little bit of time to record this video. But there's a big stack of games that I picked up from the gaming convention. Now there's probably about 3 or 4 games that I picked up from various stalls, and then one man was selling a bunch of PS3 stuff and he said he was going for a full set himself, and he stopped collecting around about the 900-1,000 mark, and he's been selling off his games at conventions since. So on that note, he had about 200 PS3 games, and he seemed to have all of the obscure, weird and wacky ones that I needed for my collection. Now, not all of them are weird and wacky, quite a few of them are fairly straightforward titles, and there's a lot of sports games in there, but as you know, there's a hell of a lot of sports games to get, so I can't possibly pick them all up at once. So there's quite a lot to tick off, and a lot of them are fairly inexpensive as well. So there's a few like heavier hitters in here, but most of them are fairly cheap. Now, as it was a month ago, I can't quite remember the exact price, but luckily this man did price everything up with his own stickers, and I did try and ask for a bit of a deal, and the best we could do, I spent over £100, and I think I saved about £5. So I'm going to just go by what the sticker price is on these games. There's also a bunch of games that I showed off recently when I went to Wales. So there's 5 games here that I need for the collection. Let's go with the Wales pickups first because it's the smallest pile. So I went to a charity shop and I found these. I found 3 of these in the charity shop and 2 of them were CeX pickups. So the charity shop pickups was PES 2018. Now this I was really happy to find. This was just £1. It's complete, perfect condition. It even comes with a pack of Match Attax cards that are still sealed. And inside it says there's 3 limited edition cards, so really happy to find that. And that was just £1, and this is worth about £15 to £20 on a good day, especially in this condition with the cards as well. The next one was also £1 from the charity shop, and that was Madden 16. Actually, I tell a lie, this was from CeX, so this one was from the charity shop for £1. Now, for some reason, this wasn't in my collection. I have bought it. It's on my spreadsheet of eBay stuff. As most of you know, I'm an eBay reseller as well. But I think I assumed I had this in my collection, and I picked it up cheap, resold it, and I probably sold my copy. So I picked this one back up. That was £1. And then moving on to the CeX pickups. So Madden 16, I believe, was like £2 or £3. I think it might have been £3 for that one. That's the last Madden title I need for the Madden set, so the Madden subset should now be complete. I also picked up Tower of Guns, which is quite a rare and expensive title if you're looking on eBay. You can't find this in many places, and the cheapest on eBay at the moment when I looked was about £29, and this was £12 from CeX. Now unfortunately there's a little bit of like crack into the plastic, and I think that may have gone onto the cover art as well, but I can always replace the case, no problem. And inside is nice and minty fresh, and the disc has no marks or anything, so really nice complete copy there. And the last one, I've got Risen 2, but I've never seen Risen 3, and this is Risen 3 Titan Lords on the PS3. This was £8, so a title that I've not seen before, so I knew it existed, but I just haven't found it, so happy to see that one. And then the rest, according to my what is possibly a poor memory, is everything from the game convention. Now, this is a hell of a lot of stuff from one convention, and I literally left the store, the market, with like a great big white carrier bag. It's like a black bin liner, to be fair, and it was like from here to my chin, walking out with all these games. Everyone else has got this little tiny little bag with 1 or 2 things I bought, and I picked up about 30 games. So there's a few things in here that may be duplicates, but for the most part all of them are going in the collection and I don't have them. So Up first is a special edition of Dishonored. Now this is missing the playing cards, which is unfortunate, and it comes with the game and the box. Now this was £5 and I offered £4 and they took it. Unfortunately, playing cards aren't included, but for the outer box for the collection, I'm happy to add that. The next one is a pretty rare steelbook. Now I think I got stung a little bit on this one. I think I just got a bit happy to see it, never saw it before, didn't really have good signal and just decided to bite the bullet. And this game was, I believe, £40 priced up, and I did get a bit of a deal with some other stuff, so I think I did get a bit of a discount on it, but I worked out I paid about £35 for this game, and it's a sealed copy of Metal Gear Revengeance, but this is the steelbook version, but I don't think it comes with a disc. It is literally just a steelbook only, so a bit overpriced in my opinion. I did look on eBay and they were going for around £25 to £30, but at the time, as I said, didn't really have signal, never heard of it, never seen this version of the steelbook before, so I decided to pick that one up. So I might have overpaid a little bit on that one. So the next two games I think came bundled in with this. So as I said, this was priced at 40. I think I worked out I got it for like 35. So I remember paying 55 quid, and it might have been for these two games. So I picked up Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception. This is the Game of the Year edition and this is sealed. That was priced at £10. And I also picked up Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception as well, but this is the vanilla version and that was also sealed. Now I love the Uncharted franchise, they're my favourite series, and I would love to own every game sealed. Now I'm on my way there. I've got all the PS4 ones and most of the PS3 ones. There's a couple I'm missing, so happy to add those to the collection. So I think that came to like 60 quid and I managed to get it down to 50 or 55, so saved a little bit of money there. So that's where that kind of like £35 price came from. Next to him, he had a friend who they were selling together on the stall, and I was going to try and bundle all these together, and then that's when he said that they're actually his games, so they're separate. So I got these for 28, so let's knock £1 off each of these. So one's 20, one's 10. So the first one I paid like £9 for is this Little Big Planet 2 limited collector's box. Now I do already have this in the collection, but I'm a big Little Big Planet fan as well, and I know this is quite a sought after and rare steelbook. Now unfortunately what I didn't realise until I got home is this steelbook is absolutely battered and it's got a big dent in it. Now when it's in the wrapper like this, it looks quite nice, and unfortunately I don't think I'll be able to like reshape that damage in it anymore. So I'll probably, I know in a good condition copy this could go for like 20-25 quid. In this condition, maybe 10, 12, 15 is what I'll get back. So if I can make my money back, I'll be happy with that. But that is unfortunate. The next one though will be going in my collection, and I don't own this, and that is BlazBlue Continuum Shift limited edition, and this comes with an art book and I believe some postcards or something as well. So that is all inside there. I won't be opening that up on camera, but it is all in there. So that was £28 for those two. Then on a separate deal from this guy, I picked up these two games and they were 18 and 16, and I believe I paid 30 for both of them. I could be wrong, it might be 32, but I'm pretty sure I paid 30 for both. And that is Scare 3, Absence of Justice, and Scare 4, A Promise Unforgotten. Now both of these I do already own, but they are opened and these are sealed, so I may keep this in my sealed collection and they might appreciate a bit in the future. Or I could sell them on eBay, but I think I'm going to keep those in my sealed collection. So if I get a game sealed, I do try and rebuy it again open to add to the opened collection. I'm not going for like a sealed set of games, but if I do find them sealed, it's nice to sort of keep them aside. It's like a little nest egg. So that'll be going in my sealed collection. Following on from that, I think I do already own this game as well, but this was only £4 and it's still sealed, and that is Valkyria Chronicles, and that was off another stand. So happy to add that one to the collection for just 4 quid. This one I picked up as, again, I'm a reseller, so I do try and look out for deals as well, and obviously I know the PS3 prices pretty well, so if I see anything that's like underpriced, I like to pick it up. This one at the moment is not really underpriced. However, when the PS Store threatened to close down a couple of years ago, this game absolutely skyrocketed and was going for up to £100 on eBay, and that is Quest for Booty, the Ratchet and Clank game, and this was 12 quid. I think I offered 10 for it, so I got it for £10, so happy with that. And yeah, this is one that I'm going to be sitting on for a little bit, hoping that it'll rise again in the future. Now I do have quite a few copies of these. When they were going for 100 quid, I obviously kept a lookout for them, and the price has dramatically dropped since then. They were going about 15-20 quid now, but I've kept a couple aside for a rainy day. So that'll be going in that collection. Now most of these now, I'm pretty sure, apart from a couple, which I'll probably go through those next actually because they're like cheaper titles, but apart from a couple, everything else I need for the collection, so these are all being ticked off the list. So the ones that I picked up to resell just because of how cheap they were, are the next 3 games. So these were 90p for these 3 games. So this one was priced at 50p and it's only worth a couple of quid, but I could sell this on eBay and make a little bit of profit. And that is Civilization Revolution. That was 50p. Then we've got Skylanders Giants for just 20p. These games have dramatically rose in value. I think standalone games not really worth too much, but as a collection with the portal and stuff, you can get quite a lot of money for those. Let me just move these out of the way. Then we've got FIFA 17, and that was just 20p. Now this game goes for around 5 or 6 quid, so for 20p, really happy to find that. So that will help reduce the cost of this pile. So the next pile of games are from this guy that had a big box of PS3 games, like 200 odd games. So all of these are from the same stand, and they're all pretty much priced up of what I paid for it. So we got Dirt Showdown. So I am going for like a vanilla set. So if I find any like day one editions or limited editions, I try to keep those separate as like a variant, and I want to just get a standard copy for each game. So I have like the limited edition Dirt 3 and like the Hoonigan edition of this one, so I decided to pick up just the basic versions. So these were £2.50 and £3, so that was £5.50 for those two. So we got Dirt 3 and Dirt Showdown. This one I was absolutely buzzing to find for the price. So this is a very rare game, and to find it in English is really, really difficult. And to find it at the price I paid for it is also even more difficult. So on eBay, this goes for around £40 to £50 sealed. And I found a sealed copy for just £10. And that is We Dare on the PS4. And it says flirty fun for all. And it looks like a bit of like a kinky, sexy game, but it's a 12. So I'd imagine it can't be that bad if it's just a 12. So I have no idea what this one's about, but it'll definitely be staying sealed. As I said, it's quite a rare sought after game in the sort of collecting community, and if I open it, it's definitely going to devalue it, and it's not really a game that I'm interested in playing. But I know it's on the Wii as well, and it's like dirt cheap on the Wii, I think. But yeah, on the PS3 it's very hard to find, so happy to add that one to the collection and tick off another big hitter. The next pile is a bunch of sports games and cheaper games that I'm just happy to tick off the list. So these two actually, so I tell a lie, these are from a different seller, and these were, I think, 50p each. I could be wrong, it might be £1 each, but I think they were 50p each. So we've got NHL 10 and the Masters 12 Tiger Woods. So these two, everything here should be complete as well, so don't buy games without manuals. So I will anything that I needed that didn't have a manual I put back, unless it was like a dirt cheap price and I can buy a manual somewhere else. So the next one is FIFA 09. So this one was funny. So this is actually from the guy where I bought the steelbooks and stuff from, and he was like, you can have a discount if you take this game for free. So I was like, sure, I'll take it. I'm a big Rooney fan, so I'm more than happy to take it for free. But yeah, he was trying to get rid of this game, and I said I'll take it, and he offered me a discount for taking it. So that was funny. This was also from a different store, so I do apologise about getting that mixed up. But this was a very unique game, I guess. So this is a FIFA 15 football game, but it's got a custom printed cover of Manchester City. Now, I'm a Man United fan, so I didn't particularly want to pick this one up, but I couldn't pass up it because I've never really seen it before. And I put this in one of the collector groups on the Facebook, and a lot of people were not as much interested in it, but interested in the history of it, and I thought it's a pretty cool one, and it's been added to the list of variants. So this is a Barclays Premier League Champions Edition. So this was probably sold in the Man City club shop or the website when the game was released. The next one, Fight Night Round 4. I've got Round 3, but not Round 4. That was £3. The next one, I needed the version without the slipcover and without the like day one edition stuff. And this one is Pro Evolution Soccer 2016, £4. Probably overpaid a little bit on that one, but it's one I needed for the collection. This is one that I've been struggling to find. I've never seen it anywhere, and that is Motion Sports Adrenaline, and that was just £2. Nice and complete. We've got NHL 2K10 10th anniversary. This one was £3. Then we've got G1 Jockey 4 2008, which is like a horse riding game. That one was £4. SingStar Guitar. This is one of the last SingStar games I need, and that was £2. Ben 10 Omniverse. I believe there's another one that I need, but there's 4 Ben 10 games, and I've got 2 of them. This one was £8. WRC4, I've got WRC3 and 5, so this one I was happy to find, and that was £8. In fact, I've got WRC, WRC2, 3, now 4 and 5. It's the Vita that has 3, 4 and 5, which I got mixed up with. The next one is NBA 2K14. I believe this is one of the last NBA games I need. I may need the latest one, which is like NBA 2K18, but other than that one was £2. Next one, Geographic Challenge. That one was £1.50. Another one that's like quite obscure. It's not very expensive, but it's just hard to find. Another one I'm happy to add off and tick off the list. Sorry, was AC/DC Live Rock Band. That was £6. And possibly the other Ben 10 game I need. This was £4. Ben 10 Galactic Racing. Then this one I do already own, but I remember picking it up for about £10 or £12. But I remember looking at the time thinking, oh, this is an obscure title. I looked on eBay, it's going for about 35, 40 quid. Prices may have come down now, but I thought this one would be one to resell. And that is Far Cry The Wild Expedition, and that was £15. Now this comes with, I think they're digital versions of 2 games. Unfortunately, it only has 2 and 3 on the disc. But it comes with 4 games, so it's Far Cry Classic, Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, which yes, it is a download code unfortunately. However, the good thing about that one is it does come with the manual as well, so you've got the actual split manual there for the Classic and the Blood Dragon. Then you've got the Expedition manual, which has got all 3 on there, and I won't show you the code, but there's a code on there as well. So that's nice and complete, and for a collector it's a nice variant cover, and even the disc there says Far Cry 2 and 3, so really nice cool copy there. I have the Game of the Year edition but not the standard version, and that is Dead Island Riptide, £1.50. I think this is the last MX vs ATV game I need, and that is Untamed, and that was £3. Then I picked up Rock Band Song Pack 2, again another game that is like not very expensive but really hard to find. That was £4. And then I found this not too long ago, but it looked like it had been through the Battle of the Pacific, and it was a really grubby copy, so I left it, and it's about £8 or £10. So this one was £8, but it's really good condition, and that is the History Channel Battle of the Pacific. The next one was Air Conflicts Vietnam, which is the last Air Conflicts game I need. I think there's 2 or 3 in the series for the PS3. That was £12. Fracture, a game I remember picking up when I was younger from Tesco for about £5, playing it, and it was absolutely awful. And I thought I kept it in my collection, but clearly I sold it and I didn't have it. So I was surprised when I saw that was not on the list, but that was only £2. Rock Revolution, a random game that I've never even heard of. It looks like a foreign title, but it's definitely a UK one, and that is Rock Revolution. That was £6. And the last one, which was quite a heavy hitter, which I thought I had, and then I checked my list and I didn't, and that is Warriors Legends of Troy, and that was £20. So I haven't done a count, but I reckon there's at least 22 to 25 games there that's being added to the collection. And I think with the last couple of pickups that I picked up with the Pro Evolution game and the Madden games and things like that, and the Risen 3, I think I've now hit around about 100 games left off the list. So yeah, as I said, I will try and come up with a definitive list, and then the future episodes will be a bit more clearer in terms of what I need, and I'll probably make some sort of list that I can tick off. But for the time being, I'm just rolling with my spreadsheet. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. That's everything that I've picked up for the PS3 over the last 4 or 5 weeks. So anything else I pick up, you'll see that in future episodes. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you are enjoying the PS3 collection series so far, then drop a like. And if you're new around here, please subscribe. More videos coming in the future. And hopefully, I'm not going to put necessarily a time limit on it, but maybe by the end of the year or start of next year, we can tick off the PS3 collection and have a full set. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. See you on the next one.